Most people think long flights are brutal simply because of the seat. 10 hours crammed into economy, knees against the tray table, arms touching strangers. That's the complaint you always hear. But here's the thing. That's actually not the real reason people suffer. The real reason is simpler and honestly way more fixable than you'd think. People board completely unprepared and they don't figure that out until they're already 35,000 feet in the air with nowhere to go and nothing to fix it. Your lips crack. Your neck starts throbbing, you're pawing through your bag in a dark cabin while everyone around you is trying to sleep. And suddenly, a 10-hour flight feels like a prison sentence. But here's what's interesting. Talk to someone who flies long haul every single month, and they almost never complain about this stuff. It's not because they're always in business class, it's not luck, it's because they follow a very specific system, a routine they've dialed in over dozens of flights that turns what should feel miserable into something genuinely manageable. Today, I'm going to walk you through that entire system, from the moment you board to the small items most passengers never even think about, to the one thing that actually makes sleep possible on a plane, because once you see how this works, long flights will never feel the same way again. Let's start at the beginning, because most people make their first mistake right when they sit down. The first thing frequent flyers do before the plane even pushes back is pull out what I like to call a comfort pouch. This is a small bag, could be a toiletry bag, a packing cube, anything really that holds every single thing you might need during the flight. And they put it under the seat in front of them, not in the overhead bin, not buried in their main bag. Right there, within reach. The point is simple. You never want to be digging through luggage mid-flight in a dark cabin. Every time you do that, you're waking yourself up, annoying people around you, and wasting energy. So what goes inside this pouch? Start with hydration items. Airplane cabins are extraordinarily dry environments. The humidity levels inside the fuselage can actually drop lower than what you'd experience standing in the middle of a desert. And when you sit in that environment for 8, 10, 12 hours, your lips start cracking, your skin gets tight, your throat gets scratchy. Lip balm and hand lotion are non-negotiable. One quick tip on the lotion though, go unscented. Strong fragrances in a closed cabin get old fast for everyone around you. Beyond hydration, pack your practical basics: deodorant, body wipes, tissues, and a few essential medications. Pain relievers are obvious, but also consider stomach relief options, because dealing with any kind of digestive issue at cruising altitude with a line for the lavatory is genuinely awful. Dental care is another thing people overlook. Those mini travel toothbrushes that come preloaded with toothpaste are perfect. Throw in a few flossers. Brushing your teeth somewhere around the halfway point of a long flight feels incredibly refreshing, almost like hitting a reset button. If you wear contacts, keep your lens case filled with solution inside this pouch before you even leave for the airport. Just make sure those lids are sealed tight. And here's a tiny bonus trick. Bring a small clip. If bending down to reach under the seat constantly bothers you, clip your pouch right onto the seat pocket. Everything stays visible, everything stays accessible. That single small change makes a real difference over the course of a long flight. Now, alongside your comfort pouch, you want a separate tech pouch, because the items you'll grab most often on a long flight are your electronics, and if they're scattered all over your carry-on, you'll be hunting for cables in the dark all night. A dedicated small bag for all your tech solves this completely. Earbuds are the centerpiece of this pouch, non-negotiable for any long flight. Whether you're watching movies, listening to music, or just trying to block out the cabin noise, you need them. Bulky over-ear headphones work, but more and more travelers are switching to compact earbuds because they're easier to manage and much more comfortable for sleeping. Some earbuds are actually designed specifically for travel and sleep, with multiple layers of noise reduction and built-in audio options like white noise, nature sounds, and relaxing stories that help your brain wind down. Also toss a Bluetooth adapter in there. Many planes still use wired headphone jacks for in-flight entertainment, and an adapter lets you connect your wireless earbuds to the seatback screen without switching to old-school wired headphones. A power bank is essential, ideally one with a built-in cable so you're not carrying a bunch of extra cords. Airplane outlets are sometimes loose or awkwardly placed, so having a backup power option is genuinely useful. And consider a compact magnetic phone stand. Not every aircraft has a seatback screen, and holding your phone for 3 hours while watching something is exhausting. A flat magnetic stand solves that without taking up real estate in your bag. Okay, now we get to the part that trips up almost everyone: sleeping. Everything we've covered so far makes you more comfortable, but actually falling asleep on a plane is a completely different challenge. The problem isn't usually that people aren't tired enough. The problem is support. Your head has nowhere to go. It rolls forward, snaps you awake, rolls again. Repeat that for 2 hours, and you're more exhausted than when you started. The solution is a proper travel pillow setup, and I don't just mean the classic donut pillow. Many frequent flyers now use a system that combines a head strap with an eye mask. The strap connects to the seat's adjustable headrest and gently holds your head in place so it doesn't drop forward. The eye mask seals out cabin light completely. Window shade opens, cabin lights come on, doesn't matter. Your brain stays in the dark and sleep becomes dramatically easier. Some travelers still prefer a structured neck support pillow, something with a more rigid design that keeps your head upright without the strap. The specific product matters less than the principle. Your head needs support, full stop. Without it, sleep is basically impossible for most people. One more sleep item worth having is a steam eye mask. These are single-use masks that gently warm your eyes for about 20 to 30 minutes. They're popular for people who spend long days staring at screens, but they work beautifully on flights too. That gentle warmth signals your body to start unwinding, and a lot of people find it genuinely helps them drift off. Here's a problem most travelers never connect to how bad they feel on a plane. Dehydration. The cabin air is so dry that your body quietly loses moisture the entire flight without you feeling obviously thirsty. After several hours of this, you feel restless, uncomfortable, foggy, and you can't figure out why. Here's the fix. Drink more water than you think you need. Yes, you'll use the lavatory more, but that's actually a benefit. Getting up and walking down the aisle restores circulation, reduces leg stiffness, and helps prevent that heavy, swollen feeling that sets in after sitting for hours. Bring your own water bottle if you can, something that packs flat or has a square shape so it doesn't roll around. And speaking of circulation, compression socks are worth packing for any overnight flight. Put them on before boarding rather than wrestling with them in your seat. They gently support blood flow in your legs and reduce that sluggish, heavy feeling by the time you land. Also pack a fresh pair of regular socks. Changing into clean socks before landing sounds minor, but after 10 hours breathing recycled cabin air, small things like that genuinely matter. Now, for the small details that most passengers never even consider, but frequent flyers always have. First, a pen. Sounds ridiculous, but customs forms and immigration cards are still a thing on international routes. When the crew hands those out, the entire cabin turns into a desperate search for writing instruments. Have a pen and skip the chaos. A small, rechargeable handheld fan is useful more often than you'd think. Planes sitting on runways during delays can get warmed fast before air circulation fully kicks in. A personal lightweight wrap or soft scarf is equally valuable. Airline blankets aren't always available, and when they are, they're often thin. Your own layer changes everything on an overnight flight. If you follow the popular travel advice to wear your bulkiest shoes on the plane, fair enough. But pack lightweight slides or slip-ons to change into once you're seated. Your feet will thank you several hours in. And finally, try to be a little tired when you board. Wake up slightly earlier than usual on travel day. Get some movement in, a workout or a long walk. Limit caffeine in the hours before your flight. Let your body build up some natural sleep pressure so that when you recline your seat, close your eyes, and put on your eye mask, your body is actually ready to sleep. Long flights don't have to feel like survival. With the right setup, they can feel like actual rest. And now that you know the routine, you'll board your next long flight feeling like someone who actually knows what they're doing. Drop your comment below and like this video if you learned something new, and subscribe.